Hi, and welcome to the Arts District Podcast. I'm Lauren.
I'm Georgia.
And we're on episode 49 this week.
Yeah.
I don't have I thought I didn't have a lot to talk about, but whenever I say that, I usually end up rambling, so we'll just see how this goes. What about you?
I've got a couple things, but yeah, it seems like we were just saying, everyone must be on vacation because there's not a lot of news.
Yeah, it was very much a dull week in the arts world. Panamania is still going on.
Yes.
In Toronto, and that'll be wrapping up whenever Pan Am ends, which is August. Why do I want to say 14th? Maybe that's when it starts again. I don't know. I haven't really gone to any of the activities. I feel like I should have. There was a lot of cool things going on, but...
Same. It seems like it's either been like blistering hot or some days like today it's been raining, so it's hard to settle on when to do what.
Yeah, sadly. But, oh well.
But yeah, there's still stuff, so check it out if you're looking for something to do.
Yeah, most of the stuff I wanted to talk about are event-based. This Friday night in Hamilton is Art Crawl. And seeing as how I've only done it once, yeah, just the once, I'm going to try and actually make it out this Friday.
Nice.
Night, wander around. Hopefully it's nice out. Also, the people that run Sonic Onion, which is like a small record label in Hamilton, they coordinate all of these different events in Hamilton, mainly. One of them is 7 Sundays. It's a 7-week concert series in Gage Park, and the last one was the first one. So last Sunday was their first event. Okay. I didn't see who played, but this Sunday coming up, the 16th, the Hamilton Philharmonic Orchestra is playing, and it's followed by a screening of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's free. It starts at 6 p.m., and that's in Gage Park. So if you're looking for something to do on Sunday.
That's so cool.
Movies in the park are fun. Remember that time we saw King Kong in Guerrilla?
Yeah,
and we brought popcorn?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of those going on in Toronto too. At the beginning of the summer, I kind of found there was a list on BlogTO. It's probably still up if you go check out. I don't know, just search movies on BlogTO or something. But I ended up putting a ton of them in my phone, and it's been like each night one pops up. I think there's one on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure there's one on Wednesday. But it seems like every time they pop up, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's this other thing that I'm going to. Yeah, and because it's the summer, it has to be so late.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
For it to get dark. But there are a lot happening in Toronto, like through different... There's been a bunch at Christie Pitts. There's been, like, TIFF does a whole bunch. I think there was one at Union Station.
That's cool.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I only ever saw that in movies where they would like be in New York City, like not Made in Manhattan, that other one with Jennifer Lopez and Matthew McConaughey.
The Wedding Planner.
Yeah, and they see a movie in the park, and I was like, oh, it's so romantic.
Yeah.
But
I think the first time I actually saw it, I was in Chicago.
Oh, neat.
And then they sort of started happening.
It's a good idea.
More. Yeah.
It's cute. I didn't write this in my notes, but I remembered this morning that I wanted to talk about it. I saw on, I think it was BuzzFeed, that Casa Loma has started doing this thing. Are you going to talk about this?
I didn't have it written down, but I've heard about them before, and then I saw Casa Loma was doing it.
Yeah. Okay, so I've never done one of these things. It's one of those, like, problem-solving things where you go in with a group of people, and you go sit in, like, a room, and they give you, like, a rundown. It's kind of like Clue. Right. In a way. You get some clues or something to start, and you go on like you try to escape. Yeah. And you have to solve the mystery.
Like escape the room games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have friends who've done them and said that it's really fun, and some are scary and some are not scary. But in general, I'm just too scared to do any of them.
What? No, I think we should do it. It's like $45, I think, per person.
At the Casa Loma one, it's really expensive.
But Casa Loma's just fun to go in. So imagine like going in and like solving. Yeah. And apparently the story it like relates to the story of Casa Loma and like the man that built it and the whole history surrounding that. So you'd learn a lot and it would be fun.
It's apparently in the tower too.
And it's only an hour. Like, that would fly by.
Yeah. Apparently there's even actors in it.
Yeah, and apparently... We just keep saying apparently. And, yes, apparently, those actors are really good and make it so much more fun than normally would be.
Sort of set in the 40s, I think.
Yeah, because they're in costume.
So... We should do that now
Yeah.
that we've just talked about it at
And
length.
we got really excited
Yeah.
about it. I definitely think I want to. Well, I know I want to. I think it doesn't start till October,
Okay.
but I could be wrong about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were doing, like, test runs, and that's how the people, like, at BuzzFeed or
Oh,
whoever,
okay.
like, reported about it got to go. So,
Right.
yeah. Groups of, like... No, I don't remember the
I
group
think it was
number.
about 12. So if you want to go just with your friends, you need to get a group of 12 together.
Right. And
And
it's
I
only,
think-
like, Wednesday, Thursday, and then prices go up Friday, Saturday. So I think it's only 4 days a week that
Right.
you can do it. And there's,
Yeah.
like, times that you can do it.
Okay, let's look into that for the future.
Yeah. That would be fun. Take the GoPro.
Yeah, if we can. I don't know if you're allowed to, like, reveal
Oh, that's
the
true.
story, right?
Yeah. That'd be
Yeah.
a little bit of a spoiler.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, we'll look into that for future episodes.
Okay, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I've got a couple things to talk about today. Despite it being sort of slow news right now, I did find one breaking news story that happened just today.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of
On the ball.
tech news.
Okay.
You look at Twitter hashtags and see what's trending.
Oh, I never look on Twitter. That's
Yeah.
what I need to do.
Twitter's where it's at for news.
Okay.
So, Google Inc. is now Alphabet Inc.
What?
Yeah, they've changed their umbrella corporation name to Alphabet Inc.
That's not good. I like Google way better.
I know,
I'm
and
not going to say I'm going to alphabet that.
well,
alphabet that.
you're still gonna Google search things. It's just they wanted to sort of separate the different departments that they have so that each department can focus on doing its own thing. So Google comes from Google searching. That was like the
Right.
original, right? So now it's just gonna be like each of these things is gonna be under Alphabet Inc. as opposed to under Google Inc.
It just seems unnecessary.
It does kind of.
It's like, why?
Yeah.
What does Alphabet have that Google doesn't? I don't know. It's just like a weird name, too. It's
Yeah.
not even a cool name.
Yeah. So I don't know if this, like, I didn't read the actual blog post that Google has its official blog. That's how they announced it late today, which I read it at like 5, and Google's based in California, I would say. So I don't think it was really late today, but that's what all the articles seem to be saying. Anyway, I wonder if this has to do with a broader restructuring that they're doing within Google, because a couple weeks ago they announced that they're sort of disconnecting Google Plus from everything. Like, you know how they started using Google Plus, you had to use it for YouTube, you had to use it for
it's
lots
kind
of
of a
different
pain.
things. They announced a couple weeks ago that they were getting rid of that, and then you just need your Google account, like your Gmail account,
That's better.
to do stuff like YouTube and stuff. So I think they're sort of going through a whole transition and changing some stuff over. Along with this, I think some of the top executive people, like the creators and stuff,
Right.
shifted some positions as well. So that's news.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's just so funny to think that, like, Google isn't even that old. Like, as far as companies go, it's, like, such a baby.
Yeah. And it's so huge.
It's, like, the second biggest or third behind, like, Apple and Disney.
Yeah, it's nuts.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up this little pamphlet-y thing at my gig on Saturday night.
Show it to our other camera too.
Oh, yes. The GoPro. There you go. It starts Wednesday, August 19th, and runs the Thursday and the Friday as well. I think that's V-Fest, or maybe that's a Roman numeral number, VIII Fest.
Which would be 8 Fest?
8 Fest. I like V-Fest, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, it's at Gage Park. It's a music and arts festival. I don't actually recognize any of these bands, but Bad Not Good kind of sounds familiar, but yeah, I don't know. If you're looking for something to do those days, the 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Bad Not Good.
I don't even
from
know
Humber's
what
music
kind
program.
of music genre this is. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it at all. But if you're interested, there's another festival going on that you can check out. It's weird that it's a Wednesday, Thursday, and a Friday. It looks like all day because of the amount of bands.
I guess they're rolling with everybody's on holidays.
Yeah, that's true. Or they're just going to get the park on the weekend. Who knows? I also wanted to mention Saturday, September 26th, which I know is a ways away, but I wanted to mention it before I forgot.
It's going to be here before we know it.
Harlan Pepper is playing their last show. They are splitting up as a band, or quitting, at the St. Hollywood. And I know this because I was supposed to play at the St. Hollywood that night. My show got canceled so that they could play their last show. So yeah, go check it out if you like Harlan Pepper. We've talked about them on the podcast before and played some of their music. I thought they were really good. I actually saw them a couple weeks ago at an event in Hamilton, though, and I noticed that their front lead singer guy wasn't there, so I'm wondering if that has anything to do with it.
Maybe. Are you going to go?
Probably, if I don't get another gig that night somewhere else.
Yeah, you should go and be like, hey, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Way to steal my night.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyways.
Do you want to talk about this past weekend?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, you just want me to talk about my show?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I played a show on Saturday night. I can't remember if we mentioned it last week. It was at Homegrown Hamilton, and there were 4 bands playing. 4-track, which was this solo guy who played over like loops, and he played electric guitar, all instrumental.
This was really cool.
Yeah, it was interesting. Second band was the Mackinaws, which are a local Hamilton band. They play a mixture of covers and originals, kind of like that classic rock sound. Third band was Holy Roller from London, who we've also talked about in the podcast before, friends of mine from school. And then we played last. It was a late night. It was fun. Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, that was the first time I got to see you guys.
Yeah.
Really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're just saying that because you're on camera. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time. Except I had a major bad headache, but it was nice to see so many friends came out. So if you're listening, thank you for coming. And yeah.
You had the headache from concentrating on your bass face.
Yeah, I was like, I messed up so much that I was thinking too much and my head started hurting. And
it was still good.
At least I had fun.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters. So that was that. And that was about the only fun thing I did on the weekend.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Chill Sunday.
It was pretty much chill. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but I will mention, actually, Sunday I rehearsed with Chantel's band because she has a CD release coming up on August 22nd at Dock of the Bay. No, not Dock of the Bay. Down by the Bay?
Yeah.
Down by the Bay, which is right beside Brewery Bay in Guerrilla. So it's on the Sunday afternoon. Doors are at 12 and the show starts at 1. There's 2 bands opening. The first one is the Sun Harmonic from Toronto, and the second is my sister's band, Winnie Brave, and then Chantel will be playing with the band that she's put together, which includes myself. And yeah, we'll have a fun time. It's free. You're just encouraged to buy a CD. So if you're in Aurelia and looking for something to do August 22nd, that's what's going on.
It's coming up fast. Yeah. Good.
Do you have anything else?
I do.
Cool.
Sounded like a sneeze.
I do.
Yeah, I just wanted to briefly talk about a group that I don't think I've talked about before. I didn't really have time to go back through our whole catalog and look.
It's a big catalog that we have.
I know, we got like almost 50 episodes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to mention Guerrilla Girls.
I don't know if you've mentioned that.
Heard? No, you've never heard of Guerrilla Girls? So this past May, they celebrated their 30th anniversary. This is an anonymous group of female activists, and they kind of use humor to address sexism in the art industry, sexism in general, also racism in the art industry, all kinds of what's happening in the art world, stuff that's not cool, how come everything's white dudes.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And they use humor to do that and sort of an advertising graphic style. So you might recognize one of their famous ones. It's sort of bright yellow. It's got this female nude who's wearing a gorilla mask, and it says, "Do women have to be naked to get into the Met Museum?" I don't know if you recognize that at all.
No, that's interesting.
That's kind of one of their most famous ones. And it just is addressing, like, how come there are all these paintings of naked ladies, but also your collection at the Met had, like, almost 0 female artists' work in it at the time, back in the 80s. Things have not gotten much better, really, because now they've started doing updated versions of these ads where they use statistics in the ads from the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and then today those numbers have not really shifted significantly. So, yeah. What else am I going to say about them? Okay, so recently, why they're sort of back in the news, they've always continued to do their thing. Mostly been ignored because they're female artists and they're activists, and everyone's like, shut up, you feminists, essentially. But recently, they've had some retrospective shows of all of their work together. Cool. Which is ironic considering one of their ads, it's one of the more famous ones and one of my favorites, is The Perks of Being a Female Artist, which says, working without the pressure of success, knowing your career might perk up after you turn 80, getting your picture in an art magazine, wearing a Guerrilla suit. So now their work is getting bought by these museums. They are getting older as a group. Like I said, they've had their 30th anniversary, and now they're, like, sort of getting successful. So it's kind of sad and ironic and interesting. They've had shows recently at the Whitney, and I think it's the Walker Art Center that has purchased the entire collection of all of their work.
Wow.
And also at the MoMA's PS1 they've shown recently.
Is this like a group that you can join, or is it just like the 5 or however many women there are and it's staying that way?
I'm not sure. I was on their website, but I was also not sure if it was their official website, because it's hard to say, right? It's anonymous. You don't know who is actually running it or associated with it.
Interesting.
So I kind of think it is that core working out of New York. But they do have some products, I think. I think they do, well, like I said, this is based on what I read on their website, and I don't know if the website belongs to them, but they have, like, books and things that you can purchase, so I think that's sort of how they're getting revenue in order to continue doing their work. Because it costs money to produce stickers and ads, and that seems to be the type of stuff that they do. Or to buy billboards and stuff like that. So I guess check out their website. Yeah. And try to support them if you can, because they're doing good stuff, making people aware.
Yeah. That's awesome. Was that all you had?
Yeah, that's it for this week.
Okay, how's our time? 17? Okay, we'll wrap it up there. Okay. I was going to mention that, but I'll save it for next week.
Oh, gonna leave them on a cliffhanger.
Yes.
Nice.
Little
teaser.
Little teaser, even though I didn't give you a hint. Stay tuned.
Okay. All right. Well, that was episode 49, and we'll see you next week for the big 50.
50.
Yeah.
Bye.